Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Dr. V behind the camera said this shirt is the winner of all the crazy shirts that I have. Great story on this, Dr. V, and for the people out there. Walking through New York City one day, and I just did, I think, CNBC or Fox Business or something, and somebody was selling this where they could take your face, and back then I had this Game of Thrones look, and so they superimposed it on the shirt, and then on the back I put like Annuity Man fighting annuity evil, and then I just wore it around New York the whole time. Oh my gosh. So, story of my life, Dr. V. It's kind of weird, you know, but, and also too, you know, I was a lot skinnier then. I look like a sausage casing in this damn thing right now, which isn't good, you know. But then again, I'm under the Jimmy Dean sausage plan, which means that Jimmy Dean's dead, but they sell a lot of sausage. And, you know, our continuation plan at the Annuity Man involves me not being around, but the train's rolling, baby. I mean, the train, you know, you're saying, Stan, you look vibrant. You never know. You never know. I was driving on I-95 the other day, and if you've been there in Florida, I mean, your life's in danger all the time. So the question of the day that we're going to talk about is, what does principal protection mean with annuities? You know, what does that mean? It actually can mean a myriad of things, of which we're going to talk about after this. All right, so don't be distracted. Do not look here. Do not look here. See, you're looking now. All right, annuity principal protection, let's talk about it in a couple angles. Number one, there is such a thing that, hey Stan, I don't want to lose a penny. I want access to the money, and eventually if I want it all back, I can get it all back, okay? That's a multi-year guarantee annuity, which is the annuity industry version of a CD, just a fixed rate annually. It also can be a fixed indexed annuity, which is a CD product. Yes, indexed annuities are CD products, not market products. Fully principal protected. All right, that's what that means. So if you say, I do not want to ever lose a penny, I do not want to ever pay a fee, if you bought those two products as standalones, now fixed index annuities can have income riders on top of them, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about just full principal protection. Those two products, those two fixed products can do that. So that means principal protection on that side. But on lifetime income products, you can also do principal protection. In lifetime incomes are SPIAs, DIAs, QLACs, income riders, and you can go to my site at theannuityman.com, and you can quote to your heart's content, till the cows come home, quotes on your specific situation, put in your actual date of birth, because they you know, don't play games. You know, we're not keeping that information. We're not selling it. You know, it's confidential. But annuity companies are you know, pricing that lifetime income on your life expectancy to the day. So put in your date of birth. But principal protection on lifetime income is there as well. Now, a lot of people out there going, that's not true. When you die, when you buy an immediate annuity, when you die, the annuity company keeps the money. They keep the money. Money goes poof. Please stop talking. If you believe that, just please stop talking. Okay? That's called life only, but 99.9% of the people don't do it that way. To fully protect your principal, meaning that regardless of how long you live, or if it's joint life, regardless of how long you or your spouse lives, because the income continues uninterrupted and unchanged as long as one of you is breathing. For as long as you're on a respirator, in a coma, it's going to pay. Okay? We can set it up so that 100% of any unused money goes to your listed beneficiaries of the policy. Tell me more, Stan. Tell me more. I know, don't look at this. Do not look at this. The way that works, cash refund or installment refund. So life or joint life with cash refund, life or joint life with installment refund. Cash refund means when you die, if it's joint, the second person dies, 100% of any unused money goes to the beneficiaries, and the evil annuity company never keeps a penny. We clear? Good. Life, joint life with installment refund means that if it's joint life, when the second person dies and stops breathing, the payments that were being made to you are made to the beneficiaries until the money's gone. I call that lovingly handcuffing your beneficiaries. So joint life with cash refund, joint life with installment refund, both protect the principal. You say, well, I'm kind of getting my money back with interest on that. Yes, you are. But if you put, throwing a number out, if you put $500,000 into an immediate annuity, we can structure it so that if you die day 2, 100% of that unused money goes to the beneficiaries. If you die day 300, 100% of the money goes to the beneficiaries. Bottom line is, don't believe the crap, delusional misconception of, annuity company keeps the money. That's crap. That is absolute crap. Can you structure it like that if you're a flat-out sociopath, misanthrope, and hate your beneficiaries? Yes, you can. But do people do that? Most people do not do that. Some do, but most people do not. Most people structure it so that that principal amount that you put in, that you gave to the annuity company and transferred risk for lifetime income, that is intact for you and your family. If you live forever and draw it down to 0, the annuity company's still on the hook to pay. If you lived 125, paying. If you lived 150, paying. If you're on a respirator 160, paying. But what I want to drive home to is there's 2 types of principal protection. MYGA, indexed annuity, fixed annuity principal protection. Never going to lose a penny, never going to pay a fee. Income annuities, lifetime income annuities. We can structure it so that 100% of the money is either going to go to you, if it's joint, you and your spouse, and to the beneficiaries if you die early in the policy, if you do not exceed your projected life expectancy. I think that's great. I mean, think about this. You're saying to XYZ A++ company, I'm not going to mention the names because we represent them all, and the second I mention a name, the other ones are going to say, mention our name too. We represent them all. I mean, they are on the hook to pay for as long as you're breathing. But you have the peace of mind knowing that if you die early, money goes to the beneficiaries. And the annuity company doesn't keep a penny. And with lifetime income, A+ or better. No exceptions for lifetime income. A+ or better. And if anyone's pitching some lower rated company for lifetime income, I don't know why you would do that. Why would you put your lifetime income at risk? With A+, it's not at risk. People are, what happens if A+ goes out of business? We're screwed. I mean, as a country, it's a wrap. We're screwed. So principal protection exists in the space of a CD type investment, okay, which is MYGAs and indexed annuities without the income rider, just MYGAs, indexed annuities standalone. And it also exists contractually on the lifetime income side if we structure it the right way. Okay? Do me a favor, go to my site at theannuityman.com, run quotes, download the owner's manuals, watch videos, schedule a free consultation, or you could contact me, Stan, at theannuityman.com. Stan at theannuityman.com, that's my email, and I do check that email 7 days a week, and I will get back to you personally. That is coming from me. Someone said the other day, did you email that or did your assistant? Now, I do have an executive assistant, but the emails I deal with because it's you, and it's your money, and it's important, and I still own the company. Do me one more favor. Above my head, it's a video I did on lifetime income. It talks about life expectancy driving the train. It also talks about how rates do play a minor role. It talks about how that's priced, the tranches, and all of that stuff. It's very important for you to understand that, and I believe right now lifetime income is a bargain because artificial intelligence is getting ready to change the game on life expectancy. It's going to lengthen it out. So I think it's a bargain right now. So with that being said, I'll see you next time.